Okay, there it is. No, it's
What
okay.
gun is he printing?
All right, we should be live. Good to go.
Cool. He's gonna print me the service weapon from Control.
Oh, nice. After he prints me the Mando blaster.
Yeah, sure. I don't care.
Trying to get
Clearly.
Kevin to do that for 20 minutes. I mean, 20
I've been
hours.
trying to get Kevin to do that for 2 years, and he's like, "Yeah, I'll do it." But you know,
that dude just goes to the casino.
oh, I'm on the wrong YouTube account. Oh well. All right, we live, Devon? We good?
Yeah, we've been live for a little bit, yeah.
Oh no. All right, here we go. I'm gonna hit the record button. Give me a couple seconds of silence.
Welcome to another episode of the Shut Up and Roll for Initiative podcast,
Bastards,
a live
man.
play Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition campaign from the Shut Up and Respawn network. Find us at www.shutupandrespawn.com, join our Discord channel at the links provided on the website, and consider supporting us at patreon.com/SUARFI. Now it's time to shut up and roll for initiative.
Hello. My name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die.
Great. Now let's regroup, out of harm's way, and form a plan.
Die, hero. Breathe the fire. See yourself kill the villain.
Either we heal now as a team, or we will die.
Kira, it's time.
The day may come when the courage of men fails, and we forsake our friends and break all bonds of fellowship. But it is not this day. An hour of wolves and shattered shields when the age of men comes crashing down. But it is not this day. This day we rest all night.
Master Chief, mind telling me what you're doing on that ship?
Sir, finishing this fight.
Spears shall be shaken. Steel shall be splintered. A sword day. A red. When the world declared in one voice, we will not go quietly into the night. We will not vanish without a fight. We're going to live on. We're going to survive.
But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done.
Welcome back, everybody, to our next session in our Roll for Initiative campaign. I am one of the players, Steve. I play Shield, the Luxodon Paladin, and we're here with Devon, who plays our Night Elf Mohawk.
What?
I know
You remember the Night Elf Mohawk?
Nope. I am a wood elf.
Plays our Elven Ranger. Our Wood Elven Ranger, where Mike's here. He is playing our Raccoon Rogue.
Except for he doesn't like to stab people in the back when he has the opportunity.
Eric?
But, I mean, that's...
Well, I'm not
He'll
that
just
guy.
shoot them in the face. And we're here with Barry.
I'm not
So
that guy either.
it's actually been a month since we've recorded, which is a really long time. It's felt like it's
a
been
long
forever.
time.
Anyway,
Oh,
so
yeah.
last time we met,
Steven
Devon,
screwed things up real bad.
So Fenn's girlfriend took us over to an
What?
encampment where we thought we were going to help her out. She
What?
actually decided she was going to join a group of were-rats, and in order to do that, they needed to make a blood sacrifice, apparently. And Fenn, of all people, was not okay with watching that go down. So we got into a scuffle.
We all
went
thought
to
Ben would be down for that,
fisticuffs.
actually.
Yeah.
And now we're in the middle of the battle where we are pretty close to being dead. And we're going to see
dying.
how we get through this.
We also
And-
need to remember that a couple of you have also been bitten
Yep.
with a
Yep. Some
little bit
poison.
of something.
That's me. I'm going to start stabbing
Passing
everyone.
Passing into the shadow realm.
The question is, was that enough for us to level up? I mean...
We're still in combat, though.
We are
I don't-
actively in combat.
I mean, it's up to the dungeon master. He can decide when we can, level up. All right.
We
You're right. I
can do
will
one of
decide.
those.
You're right. I will decide. It's not quite.
We can do one of those level up mid battle things where you like a beam of golden energy comes out and makes everything else die around you, and you
In
get
battle.
healed up automatically. All right, Barry, take it away.
As Shield bursts through the door, as into a cavern, he is confronted by several large, beastly-looking, massive rats. The were-rat is trying to drag off the dwarf who was about to be the sacrifice. It is actually Shield's turn. And what are you going to do, Shield?
Let me see. Shield is going to do. How many spells does Shield have?
Gonna die.
It's been a while, people. So just it's been a while here.
It has been a
Been a
while.
while.
It has been a while.
It's been a while since I could hold my head up high.
So I came in, I kicked down the door. Shield is trying to save this person, sees these people. What I need is I need an area. I could heal myself. Should I heal myself? I only have 5 hit points left.
You should do that.
I don't think you can. You used everything.
No, I've got one more spell slot.
I don't believe it.
Oh,
It's the tail of the tape.
The dwarf is screaming as much as he can through a muffled gag. He is flailing, seeing these giant rats. He is losing his poor little mind while this were-rat is trying to get past these ravenous beasts.
okay,
Hey,
Shield,
quit making it worse. Man.
Shield is going to take the hand of Torm, and he is going to throw his shield at the were-rat from where he is. And I would like to use my inspiration that I got last game on this attack.
Bust out. On the to hit or on the
On the to hit.
On the to hit.
To hit?
So that one is cocked. Can I re-roll it? Because they're both 3.
Yeah.
It's half cocked,
Be half cocked. Be full cocked, please.
Okay, so it's a 4 now. So 4 plus 5 is 9, and that's
Okay.
with inspiration.
That's everything plus inspiration.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Very inspirationally, your shield embeds itself in the farthest cavern wall and sails right over his head.
And it bounces back to me, and I return it to my hand.
Yeah, it does. Helia is still in the throes and slightly passed out. She makes no movement. Fen, it is your turn. Fen, you also, as this turn begins, you feel a very strange sensation in the back of your throat and at the tip of your nose.
It was that burrito I ate last night. That was not a good idea.
Burritos.
Okay, so it's at 5, 10, 15. Let me see here.
Do you have an exploding arrow?
Nope.
We should make you exploding arrows.
We should get one.
Let's write that down. Make Finn exploding.
So I have my short swords. Let me see, 35 feet. Am I able to walk past shield? Yes or no?
Yeah, absolutely.
5, 10, 15.
Got some room there.
20, 25, 30. I'm going to walk all the way to right here in front of shield. And then I'm going to attack this guy.
Okay.
With both of my short swords. So let me see here.
Draw your blade and strike.
Okay. Cool. What we got here? Let me make sure I got the right. Correct.
Where did your dice go? How come they're not?
I took them off my thing here.
Oh.
I got 11 plus 6, 17 with the first one.
That is going to hit true.
Okay.
Gonna hit false.
And a 19 with the second one.
Well, roll damage for your first hit.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah, come on. Come on.
You're going to be like that. 9.
A total of 9.
Yep, with the first sword.
First hit.
All right. piercing through his cloak, and you feel a couple of it slip past a few ribs, enters into his body. He snarls at you as the blade enters, and the wound starts to bleed pretty profusely, but he is definitely not out of the fight.
Okay. 20.
A nat 20?
No, combined.
Say that. 20, not nat.
20 not net.
Nice.
Then I get 10.
All right. How
Just
are you
kidding,
trying,
I
what
only
are you
got
trying to
8.
do here?
I got 8.
When you're stabbing him, how are you trying? What are you just slashing? What are you doing?
I am cutting at his throat.
All right. So you slash across his throat. He realizes what you're doing. He throws his hand up. You barely get his hand up enough to like completely stop you from like opening up his esophagus, but you put a really nasty gash along his wrist and along his neck, really deep. He's bleeding pretty bad, but you didn't quite get the larynx or the windpipe or a jugular for that matter. But close. He has got a terrified look in his eye.
Okay. So question for you.
Yeah.
5 foot of reach. Are these were rats within reach? Of
The were-rats are not within. No.
They're not 5 feet. So this one square is not 5 feet.
So this is 5 feet. This is 10 feet.
So, but this one right here in front of me, there's only 5 feet in between me and this guy.
There's well, yeah, he's
I'm
the other side of the 5 feet.
Yeah, I'm just trying to make sure, right? Because my range,
I gotcha.
my range is a 5 foot reach. But the reason I'm asking is because I have my special ability is Horde Breaker, where it says once on each of your turns when you make a weapon attack, you can make another attack with the same weapon against a different creature that is within 5 feet of the original target and within range of your weapon. And so my range is 5 feet, so I don't know if I can actually hit him or not, or no.
Do you see this ruler I'm doing?
Seems like a really bad ruler.
Why?
Well, because you're measuring.
I wanted to do.
No, because you're measuring one square. So if I had moved my character to the very edge of this square for my thing, it would have been 5 feet.
Yeah,
so,
you occupy essentially you occupy 5 feet of space, right? That's your personal space.
but that ruler doesn't do that because it starts from the middle of my occupied space.
These are the rule. Be quiet. Next turn. What? No. It's so just for the sake of the grid.
Okay.
Anything adjacent to you is within a square. That's your 5 foot radius of you as
Within
a
the center of
mass.
my character in this program. Okay. I will remember that for next turn
Nice.
if I live to tell the tale.
We shall see.
Yep, we shall. I'm done.
Cool. All right.
We've got a salty DM tonight.
No salt. Nice and sweet as sugar. It is your turn, Barrick.
What can undo the bites that we have sustained? Anything?
You don't really know, as you have never dealt with
Never
something
had
like this in your
before.
life.
Can I burn out the poison?
It's not.
We gotta-
It's not somewhat. Yeah. I mean, you'll have to.
We'll
when the
have to-
time
yeah, we'll
comes.
cross that bridge. We'll cross that
yeah.
bridge when
Yeah.
we'll have to handle these guys. So let's see. I can walk 60. I can walk 30 feet. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. That's as far as I can get. Oh, look, I can get all the way to there. I can get all the way to there? The front door?
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You can get to right there. Well, yeah, because you're gonna have to go. You have to make
'Cause
your
I-
first step forward out the door. So.
Because I can't fit right there, right? I can't
Yeah,
fit
you
right
can. Yeah, you can. Sure, you
fit
can.
there? Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna fit right there. And I am going to
Squeeze up on Inar.
Yeah, because I'm just little. Let's see, where did it go? I am going to cast Thunder Wave.
Can you cast Thunder
I
Wave?
want to.
Can you cast that, or did you use it last time and you're not able to cast it again?
He has spell slots.
I've got spell slots. I have two. I have 2 spell slots left.
Okay.
Two left.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
What-
believe
I've
it.
been
How many
trying.
times did you cast it last time?
Just
I-
once.
Nah, I don't think so.
I think you cast it twice last time.
Did I?
Pretty sure
I'll
you
add
did.
it. Okay, I'll add it to
I
that
have,
slot.
yeah, got marked with one spell, so I only remember the one time. I do have a clarification for your spell, though.
Okay,
So-
let's hear it.
So the
So
front
maybe
of
I
you,
don't want to cast it.
the front of you. So in other words, it doesn't emanate from the center of you, and like do a 15-foot thing like this.
Right.
In other words, if you drop it in front of you, it's going to put a square 15 feet out.
Yeah, that's what we
So-
decided last time.
Yeah.
Oh, is that us? Was that
We
us?
did
Okay.
we did decide that last time. But
Okay.
that's a good clarification that
To remind you.
we did
To
that.
remind
Yeah.
me.
I'll bet money that you cast it twice last session, Mike.
Okay. So I've got it one more time this time.
If only there was a podcast we could go back and listen to.
Let's see. So I'm gonna have to consult my friends here and say, hey guys,
6 seconds.
how would you guys try to avoid this dwarf? Because I don't necessarily want to get him in it, but it kind of has to. It doesn't like it just has to be what it is, right?
Your turn will expire if you don't make a move real quick.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Is that a thing?
Yeah, you don't really have time to consult with people. This is in the throes of action here.
Okay. Odd. So I'm gonna cast Thunder Wave then, and it's gonna go like that, I guess, right?
Nothing happened. Oh, there. Yep,
Like
like that.
Gonna go like that.
Uh huh.
Okay. Sorry, Dwarfy, but got to do it. So this just again, it's gonna push everybody back and do damage if people hit walls. and
Correct.
stuff.
So everything needs to make a con save
Yep.
to not take full damage. And what con save are we trying to beat for you?
Let's see. We are looking at 11.
Con of
My-
12. It looks like con of 12,
Okay.
according to your character sheet. All right. So the guy who's holding his hand up, who's bleeding profusely from a neck wound, he's gonna go first, and
just knock
he gets a 12. He's only gonna take half of that damage. So you're gonna roll damage.
And that's 2d8.
Let me yeah.
Where are my d8s? Where are my d8s? There we go. There's one. Nope, that's a d12. Where's the 8? There it is. 8 and. Where's it?
You can do it, Mike. You can find it.
I can't find
We
it.
all believe in you.
There it is. In my pile of stuff. I can't find it. So that's a 2 and a 7, so 9.
All right. He is not pushed away, but as the wave of sound and just force pressure batters him, his head rolls back and his eyes go in the back of his head, and he is swooning. Like it has hit him like almost directly in the chest enough to wind him, and also like practically give him a concussion. Then the rat that's right behind him is going to try to calm that save, and he's got a nat 20 that. So roll that damage.
6 and 7.
Okay,
That's
so
13.
he's flung backwards, slams against the wall, and falls dead in a heap.
Sweet.
This next guy is going to make the same save, but you're going to go ahead and roll the damage.
6 and 1.
He flies
that
and
would be 7.
Yeah, he doesn't get flung backwards, but he it like practically crushes his skull, and strangely enough, the dwarf,
Sorry, dwarf.
who's a commoner, ooh, he's lucky. He makes a con save of a nat 20. And why am I rolling 20s now? Go ahead and roll damage for him.
1 and 3, 4.
All right, he squeaks a really high-pitched, nasty squeal. He is not dead, but he is not happy.
Sorry, but I had to. And then this last guy.
And then this guy down. Oh, which guy?
This one here. Oops, sorry.
Press and hold.
I know. This one here.
That's the one I just rolled for. He squeaked.
Oh, that's the one you rolled for. Okay.
Yeah,
he's-
he squeaked. Yep.
Okay.
He's not dead though.
Word. I think that is it. Now I'm going to use my my bonus turn, and I'm going to back out.
Okay, you're gonna disengage.
Yeah, disengage. That's what
Okay.
it's called. Disengage, and then
Gotcha.
I will mark that other slot. So I am out of spells for
For currently.
this rest, right? 'Cause
Okay.
it goes-
In a frenzy, though, the were rat, who is just barely coming out of his almost concussion, leaps at Fengalore with his claws leading in an attempt to just slash your face off. I'm sure a 9. What do we got here? Does an 11 hit? Probably not.
Not even close.
And then he is going to try to clamp his mouth on your neck and rip out your jugular. And he is completely going to fail as well. That's all he got. All right, this massive beast of a rat is going to scuttle around, and he's actually going to just start biting at the dwarf. He latches on and does, oh my gosh, a pretty significant amount of damage. This guy is screaming. He's like chomped into his thigh. Blood is gushing everywhere. He's really close to the major artery down in there. And this guy is just trying his hardest to get away, and he cannot. The guy above is going to scuttle around, kind of squirm in this little tight space, and he's going to try to bite at Finn. Oh, man. And completely misses with his 10. All right, shield.
All right, I am going to move down here in between Finn and Barrick into that threshold.
Okay.
And I am going to attack the were-rat that just attacked Finn with my shield. And I'm going to bring my shield down on top of him. That is a 6 + 5. That's an 11.
On the were-rat?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's seeing the shield come around, he's going to swerve to the side and just barely lands in front of him, but misses.
That is my turn.
All right. Halia begins
I
to
really
rise
need more than one attack here.
and begins to lurch her way forward in a very broken and misshapen form, but makes no move to attack and or help. Finn.
Alrighty. Let's see. So I'm going to attack the same guy that's right in front of me. Again.
All right.
The 19 + 6, 25.
Wow, you guys are rolling good. I roll like crap right now.
7 damage.
What'd you roll to hit?
His face.
25.
Say again?
I rolled 25.
Oh, my bad. Missed that part. Okay, and then you're attacking the were-rat?
No, the guy that's right in front of me. The monk dude or whatever.
Yeah, that's the were-rat.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Okay,
The other rats are just bigger rats.
This is
They're
going to be a
fully
mortal blow,
transformed.
so how do you finish him off?
I straight through his mouth out the back of his head.
Okay, he drops instantly the minute you pull your sword back out of his face and falls in a bloody mess.
All right. Then with my second blade, let me see.
That rat above you is in melee range.
Let's see. How do I see that? How do you see that ruler?
So every square, Devon, is 5 feet. So anything adjacent to you is within 5 feet.
Okay, well, I will try and hit it with my other sword.
All right.
And I fail miserably with the 11.
Yep, you just miss.
And so, yeah.
You still get your barrage attack, though? Your special ability, because he was within 5?
It just says once on each of your turns when you make a weapon attack, you can make another attack with the same weapon against a different creature that is within 5 feet of the original target. So, I mean,
Yeah, so that should count.
I should be able to attack again.
Well, what different creature are you attacking?
That's the same one. He's within 5 feet of the first creature that I killed.
Oh, the first one you killed. I
Yeah.
gotcha.
So because it says, that is within 5 feet of the original target and within range of your weapon.
Does it specify melee or ranged weapon with that?
Let's see here. No, it says once. It says once on each of your turns, when you make a weapon attack, you can make another attack with the same weapon against a different creature that is within 5 feet of the original target and within range of your weapon.
Right. So on each turn, right? So on this turn, you just took out. Yeah, you just took out
The guy that was
the
straight in
guy
front of me. Yeah.
Yep. And you sliced at this other guy, which was a.
Was with my second sword, but then Steven was like, "Well, don't you have your other special ability, which is the once per turn?" Because I can attack him with my same weapon that I already used.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he goes right hand, left hand, then right hand again.
Gotcha.
If that's.
That's how I read it. Yeah, that's how I read it.
And I failed.
he's scuttling up the side of that cliff of that cave wall and he's making himself a hard target.
Okay, and then I'm just gonna move right in front of him, so he can't charge the other guy to finish him
Okay,
off.
as you move, it's gonna make an attack of opportunity.
Sounds great.
He didn't move out of his range though,
Out of
so he
his
should
range?
get one. Yeah.
I mean, it's your game.
I'm
You can
just
do
saying.
you can do whatever you want.
That is
No,
true.
he can't do whatever he wants.
It's out of
You
range.
can.
It
It's
would be-
Dungeon Master. He can do whatever.
He's not out of range. He's
you want.
still within his 5
5
foot
foot.
melee range.
Mike, stop drawing squares everywhere.
Because even if he moved all the way around him, he'd still be in range.
Correct.
I apologize. I don't know how to erase. I tried.
It's okay.
I tried.
It is your turn, unless you're not done, Finn. Unless you got
No,
more
I'm done.
trickery up your sleeves. All right.
How do you erase just for my? I'm just.
I just
kidding.
click it
I only
and
have
then-
6 seconds. Stop talking to me. All right. Jeez.
I got 6 seconds. Let's go. Make this snappy.
Jeez. All right.
Barry's got somewhere to be, I think.
He does apparently. Like
No,
we could do this a different night if you needed.
You don't
us
you don't
to,
you don't go to committee
Oh
during
man,
the-
it's cool. Whatever. Can I? Is this line of sight shooting through this door?
Yes, it is. You have line
I'm
of
gonna
sight.
I'm gonna shoot that. Some
I'll shoot it. All right. You do that. You do that.
Devin, your beeping button. You need to be ready when Mike's talking.
I'm pretty salty, man. That's right. So I'm gonna shoot this guy right in his face, and I'm gonna
So
roll
long
these.
beep. I'm curious what he said there.
I'm gonna roll these dice. All right. 18 plus
That is
6, because I have math skills.
That is gonna hit. That is absolutely
Right.
gonna. Yeah.
I wish
And
I
you
could
want me to-
roll like you guys.
And you want me to reconcile damage first, right?
Damage first, right?
Per,
Exactly.
Per bolt. Per bolt. Okay, so first bolt. 5 plus 4.
9.
Yeah, it goes right up his nostril. He stops dead and collapses in a heap.
Okay, so the second bolt is just gonna hit him. So there you go.
Yeah.
Right.
You took him down with the first shot.
I did because I'm awesome. I'm gonna. I can feel, most likely, I'm assuming with my perception, that Halia's moving in the back here.
Okay.
Right. Right, and I'm gonna use my. I'm gonna cast. It's not a spell, so don't worry. But I'm gonna use my mage hand to
Okay.
kind of, because you said she was kind of like pretty unstable. Because I just
she's
kinda
not.
wanna,
She's not totally with it. She's not
Yeah.
quite. Yeah.
I just kind of want to push her over, kind of trip her a little bit. Just
So if you look at Mage Hand,
can it not do that?
yeah, you're mostly doing like manipulating like small objects. Yeah, you can't really push more than 10 pounds. You could like
Can
I
I?
don't know.
Can I trip her somehow?
throw a rock at her or something. She's standing in a pile of debris. If you want to go ahead and yeah, let's say if you want to try to manipulate that debris in a certain way with Mage Hand.
Yeah. What do you want me to roll to do that? with?
Essentially, you don't have to roll anything. You're just gonna expend that cantrip. You're gonna turn
Yeah.
that into like rough terrain, and she's
Okay.
gonna have to make a dex check here.
Okay.
She falls flat on her face, just in a heap, and is now prone. Nice move.
Nice. Okay.
Okay.
I believe with that, I am done. Hopefully, I was able to use that cantrip.
Cantrips don't require a spell slot.
Yeah, no slots.
No, I know, but does that count as an action?
It does.
So I use
Well,
two actions.
well, he shot. He
Oh, I
shot
got
in
you, I
there,
got you,
unless
I
it's,
got you. See what I mean?
unless it's a bonus
Um,
action for cantrip.
I'm actually looking at the things now, and it doesn't look like I'm
That's right.
able to-
This things that play well into the narrative, I will totally roll with. So
Okay. So
All right.
I'm gonna pick up this huge boulder.
it doesn't seem to play. The 6 seconds are up. So this rat is gonna dig in deeper into the dwarf's thigh. He's already latched onto him basically, since nobody's able to hit him, and he's gonna do. So this dwarf is no longer moving or squirming or screaming, as this thing is just digging its way through his leg. Shield.
I am going to step over the dead dwarf, and I'm going to move to this area next to the rat, and I'm going to bring my shield down on top of the rat.
Okay.
I'm going to try to anyway. F, F, and F, 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 and F, F, F. That is a 3 + 5.
Devon, where's your beeper?
Throw that die away. You need to throw that die away.
It's all my dice.
These these abominations are such an affront to your sensibilities that for some reason they just, and I guess you are an elephant and these are mice, so it kind of makes sense as to what's happening here. So I can't tell if it's just fear that doesn't let you hit them, or just the aversion to the situation in general,
I don't know what it is
Just
either.
failures is
Yeah.
what it is.
or you just have a crappy die in your stack, but you miss.
Get that
I
out of your
just-
stack, man.
Missed.
I just throw my shield down onto the ground and I just stare at it in disbelief.
Yeah. You don't seem to be blessed by Torm at this point in the campaign.
No.
I'm assuming that's all you're gonna do right now, right?
That's it.
Okay.
That's it.
Helia does not move. Finn, the dwarf is bleeding profusely. The rat is eating him.
I like it.
Shield is standing there, terrified of the rat.
Just pitiful. What do I do here?
All right, so
Made a feather.
I take my longbow. And I go ahead and shoot at Helia.
Oh,
She's on the ground, remember?
Yep.
Unconscious and knocked out. We don't know her intentions. Just want to
Yeah,
put
you
that out there.
if you do shoot at her, you will roll with advantage because she is prone.
Yep. So I am rolling to shoot her in the head with
Okay.
my dwarven skills.
Oh boy.
Dwarven skills. You're not a dwarf, Devon.
Oh, that's right. Wrong campaign.
This is the gnome all over again.
I got 18.
And she did set us up, so.
That is going to be a hit
All right.
for the yeah.
So let's see here. 1d8.
You knew what I was when you picked me up.
So
We didn't. We did not know.
You were guessed.
8 damage.
I did guess.
So it makes a pretty solid thunk as it lands in the small of her back. And
Man, I missed
makes
that bad
a-
from 20 feet away. Dang.
she makes a low moaning. No, you hit her.
I was aiming
But-
for her head though, and I got the lower back.
Yeah, you didn't hit her head. Got her kind of in the low, the small of the back, right above the shank, and she makes a low moaning.
Okay,
And her tunic begins to turn red.
like it. So after I shoot her, I'm
I
gonna
like it.
move over
What
right
is happening right now?
right next to her, like just right next to her,
Uh-huh.
and I end my turn.
Okay. Barrick.
All right.
Kill this rat, please, because I
I
can't.
am. I am. Seeing that Fenn has done what he done, I'm gonna come and do what I do. I'm gonna move here. I'm going to turn my gaze to him, and I'm gonna shoot this rat here
Shoot this rat.
in the face. And I am rolling 15 plus 6, 21.
That's going to be a solid hit.
And the first bolt is going to do 4 plus 4 is 8.
All right.
And the second bolt.
You don't need to roll a second bolt.
Okay.
Yeah. So where are you aiming for?
Between his eyeballs.
Just, I mean, all of a sudden, just this hole appears as the bolt just disappears into his skull, and he lets out a little death squirm and dies.
Yep.
Okay. I'll wait till
Are we
combat
still
is
in combat?
I'll wait till combat is ended before I do what I do.
She is prone, unconscious, and now bleeding. You are no longer in combat. The dwarf, looks really bad. His leg is bad. He's, the rat was in a very vital location. Unless there's some
Shield
kind of
puts his trunk on the back of the dwarf, and he casts his last point of laying on of hands and gives him 1 point of health.
okay. The wounds close up and heal. He stops bleeding, although it doesn't quite finish the wound completely. So there's still a pretty nasty indention in his leg, but he's not losing precious blood.
Okay.
Finn, get back where you were.
I'm gonna pick up the dwarf, and I'm gonna take him over to the to one of the bunks. And as I pass Finn, I say, "Do what you need to do. Let's get out of here." And I'm gonna take this dwarf up here and lay him on one of the beds.
There's something.
beds?
What? Oh, up in there. Okay.
You're going all the way up there?
That's where the beds were.
Oh,
I mean, over here is where they were eating, so it's all nasty and gross. Nothing.
gotta
There's
get
nothing
rid
sanitary down here.
Barrick is gonna call to Fenn and ask him if he has any knowledge or history or anything on if maybe an antidote to the venom that we've sustained can be
You need to
derived from
roll
any
a
blood.
knowledge arcana, Finn. But you don't have a bonus to, so
Nope.
I have a
Knowledge-
+1 arcana.
7.
you're not sure of all your travels and all of your adventures.
Not
and
sure.
you
Maybe
just
we'll
don't-
find something around here. You never
It
know.
does happen to be the first. You've heard of these things, but you've never had to encounter or deal with them.
I thought he had a advantage on the Arcana.
Nope.
Does
I
not.
don't know. Okay, because I have a +2. I should have rolled myself.
You still could, I guess. I don't know.
I think can I?
Can you what?
Because I have a
I'm gonna-
+2 Arcana. It might
for it.
give me something.
for it.
I'm gonna see
Yeah.
if I remember anything from my days as a raccoon, of which I am. Haha! 20 not nat.
29 nat.
No,
Okay,
that's
you
natural
seem-
20, right?
20
No,
not nat.
Your die.
20 not nat.
So you seem to recall from some of the tales you've heard, and especially kind of in your circles, which are, I mean, people have mistaken you for some type of were creature. You've been misplaced at times, and so even some biases has been kind of thrown your way. And you do remember people talking about it's basically a curse, and so someone needs to have a powerful enough magic to get rid of that curse. Now, you've also heard, and you're not quite sure exactly how it works, that you can kind of roll with this or you can fight it. And depending on your attitude towards it, will kind of determine how much fun or not fun you have with it, if that makes any sense.
No, it does.
Yeah.
Finn, let's get Shield and get the bleep out of here.
Well, we need to look around first. There's lots of space to look around, right?
No, we don't. We don't. I
Well,
actually
I still
suggest
have
that
to
we
finish
come up
killing
here.
this lady.
Okay. Do
no,
what you do, I guess.
no survivors. No.
That's fine. But when you're done, I think you need to come up to this bunk room up here, and I think we ought to all collectively take a long rest.
All right, so I'm gonna try and attack her with my short swords.
All right. So if you're just she's unconscious. If you're going just for the straight kill,
Yeah.
and you have that advantage over her, you just need all you need to do is reach down and slit her throat if that's what you're wanting to do.
Yeah, I'm just trying to finish her off since.
Okay.
She was
No, I
cautious.
mean all you got to do is pick up her head, slice her throat, and you'll have done the deed.
All right, she's dead.
Okay.
So come on back up to the bunk room and let's either decide to stay here, guys, or let's decide to get out and take a rest and recover from our wounds. Shield is feeling kind of sad right now. We gotta come up with some type of plan to.
Shield is sitting on his bed with his shield in his arms, just like staring at it,
Rocking
with a
back and
blank-
forth.
He just has a blank stare of like disbelief. He's like he's not present right now. He's just sitting there.
We're rats. You can't trust them.
Um,
Yeah, I guess I'll come up here. We're gonna explore after our rest.
no,
That would be my suggestion.
I
If we
think
are
we-
going to explore.
I say we get out of here.
I'm gonna. I mean, we should
I
explore.
almost died like 7 times.
Okay.
That's fine.
As the night begins to progress, how do you set yourself up to take this rest?
So
I'll
I
take
think
the first
thing we need
watch.
to do. I think we ought to go beyond that and barricade this door somehow. There's got to be something we can do to at least. Well, that's maybe not a smart idea either, because then
You've
could
got
just,
a lot of cots in there. There's blankets, and so there's definitely something you could pile in front of that door and make a brace with if you wished.
What do you guys think? Finn, I'm mostly talking to you. Shield's kind of having an existential crisis right now.
Yeah, let's put. We can put a couple cots up against the door, and then I'll sit on the cots. Take first watch.
Do you have any abilities? Any other abilities left with healing to try to help this dwarf?
Nope.
I do not, unfortunately. Excuse me. I'm sorry. I'm choking.
I don't have anything until after we take the long rest. So.
Shield pulls out a healing potion and hands it to Barrick, and then just goes back to staring at his shield.
Thank you, Shield. So I'm gonna administer this to. Do we know this dude's name?
You do not.
He's just dwarf. So I'm
Yeah,
gonna administer.
when you walked in, his name was Sacrifice when you walked in. So
Nice. So I'm gonna administer Barrick's gonna administer a healing potion, and then as best he can, he's gonna come over to Shield and just kind of sit next to him.
After giving him the potion and getting him to choke it down, his leg just the fibers of his muscles begin to mend themselves. The skin becomes back to normal, and then under this giant rip and tear in his pants is his perfectly healed leg. He's now resting very comfortably.
Awesome. So is there any ventilation in this
No,
room?
this is a well cut cave. The ceilings are about 7 to 8 feet tall at the highest. The walls are nice and smooth. It's very clean as far as the cave goes, but the ventilation is natural.
So I could light a fire then.
You could light a fire. You'll just have to see how the smoke ends up moving through the space.
Okay.
Depending on where you set it. It's not particularly cold if that's what you're getting at.
Well, it's gonna get dark. I mean, there's no
Yeah,
windows.
it is dark, but the cave is it's very naturally insulating, and it's kind of maintains its own temperature, a consistent temperature, regardless of the time of day.
Okay.
So
I actually have I'm just gonna light a candle then.
All right.
And I actually do have a candle, so I'm gonna light it.
There you go.
I lit it.
I like it.
Okay, how are we setting you guys up for this rest?
How do you mean?
I'm gonna take first
what's
watch.
the plan?
I'll take the first watch, and then I'll wake up Barrick.
And then I think we're just gonna rest.
Okay.
Yeah, because Devin, you need to sleep only for 4 hours, right?
Yeah.
So
I don't
you could
even
essentially
sleep. I just meditate basically.
Yeah.
Okay. So the first hour passes. Devin, roll me a perception.
Let's see. Perception.
Perception.
I got
Perception.
12.
Okay. You're not quite sure what you're hearing, but you definitely hear a lot of commotion. Like you're not exactly sure what it is, but you know something is going on. Sounds kind of far away, possibly in the room where you guys were, but it doesn't sound like it's anything you want to be dealing with right now.
All right. I will not go and deal with that right now.
Sorry, have we clicked our long rest yet or no?
Not yet. It's only been an hour. Yeah.
Okay. Finn, how do you feel about
sleeping?
You're supposed to be sleeping. Be quiet.
I'm not though.
I can't
Finn,
sleep.
How's it going, Finn? Eric is obviously shaken up about this, so he's not gonna do much. So Finn, how you feel? What's going on?
I feel perfectly fine.
You just
While he's crying, I imagine Finn has like tears coming out of his eyes while he's saying, "I'm perfectly
fine.
My only friend
I've been around a long time, and sometimes you just got to do things you don't like to do, and when you got to make sure, you got to make sure. And so,
have you perceived anything going on out on the other side of the door?
Yeah, I mean, there's noises out there, but it's just regular cave. Just regular cave noises. I don't want to deal with it right now.
And what do your elf eyes perceive?
I see the back of a door. What is that? Let me look.
It's mahogany.
I mean, what you been perceiving anyway? Clearly.
Oh man.
I perceive.
Okay, I guess
we will sleep soon.
We're ready to click that long button rest.
Not yet.
Long rest
Okay,
button.
so
not yet.
So are you awake for his first watch?
I actually am a little bit because I was going to attempt to console Shield.
Okay, so why don't you roll a perception since you're asking what people are
I want to know.
perceiving?
I want to know. Nice 4. I perceive that I am a raccoon.
Are these my hands? Oh man.
You barely.
These are my hands. I perceive so much. Oh man.
All right. So about another half hour passes. And Finn, you start to get a very distinct feeling that there is scuffling outside your door.
Barrett, did you crap your pants?
I'm about to. Apparently, at this point, I'm asleep. I'm perceiving my whole world for the first time. This is a bed. I am living.
You're seeing like dust motes in the light and it's tripping you out.
All right. It's not long before you finally hear. I mean, not even with no need of a perception check, you are hearing the scratching of claws and the gnawing of teeth at your door.
I say, go away. We're trying to sleep. We don't need any maid service right now. Thank you.
All right. So it is going to take. It's the door is shaking a lot. It's quivering a lot. You sometimes see a little claw kind of poke its way under, sometimes even like around the side of the door. This thing is scratching and digging, and it's starting to burrow its way under the door.
Through the cave? Dang. Okay.
He's got that fury going.
Mostly chewing the door away more than it's like digging in the ground. But
I guess am I asleep? I don't know.
You're asleep.
Did you
I'm
go to sleep?
I'm definitely not asleep. This is not a time for sleep. I'm gonna use my Devon or Finn. Get out of the way for a second. Can you back up a second?
But I was sitting on these cots, so
Oh, I got it. But no,
All right,
I don't know if I
I'll
can
stand
do this.
way back over here.
Not that far back. So Barrick's gonna move up here and probably not, but I can't use my cantrip thunderclap through the door, right?
You don't even know what's on the other side of the door. I mean, I know
it's
you
not a
can
friendly.
see them technically, but you can't really see them.
I saw a claw. I know it.
Yeah,
I
you,
know
you,
it's
you've
not.
seen the claw poke its way. It's like it's a ravenous, rapid. This thing is
Yeah.
working its way through the door.
I know that it's not a friendly. So I have the thunderclap cantrip. That
Yeah, you can drop it on the other side of the door.
okay. I'm gonna do that then. You have to roll a Constitution of 12.
Constitution save. Rats have very
It
good.
doesn't blow up the
constitution.
door?
No, because it's I can place it, Devin.
Oh, so this rat critically fails.
Woohoo!
Yep. So you are going to completely fail that, and it's going to roll what? How much damage here?
Just a 1d6.
All right. We're gonna go ahead and kind of call that a crit on a save, and he's gonna take 2d6.
Okay.
You hear and after the kind of in conjunction with the thunderclap, just a splattering noise, and then after that splattering noise, pulling away from the door, something else behind it is now licking up the remains, chewing up the remains of the foe that was at the door. And there is a feeding frenzy taking place outside your front door right now.
Barrick is gonna climbing up on top of the cots. Can I? Barrick is going to attempt to peer between the cave wall and the door where it's been clawed at, just to see if
Yeah, you can see what's
anything through
happening.
there.
There's two big rats, and they are eating the remains of the rat you just exploded with your thunderous wave.
Okay, so Barrick is going to. Are we in combat now?
Not yet.
Not yet. So can I shoot my crossbow?
If you want to shoot your crossbow, we're gonna roll for initiative.
Just thunderclap them again.
Just do it again.
Cantrip, right? I don't
It
see
is
why
a
not.
cantrip. Okay,
Yeah, it's a cantrip.
let's do it again. Constitution save of 12.
It sends out like a giant like thunderclap, though, right?
Right.
So yeah, so it's. I'll just
I
read
want
it.
everyone in this cave system to our whereabouts.
You create a burst of thunderous sound that can be heard up to 100 feet away. Each creature within range other than you must succeed on a Constitution saving throw or take 1d6 thunder damage.
That's us too, Devin.
I thought it was only in front of him.
In front of him.
Does it say in front of him?
My range area is 5 feet. So you guys should be good because you're not.
No, it can be heard up to 100 feet away. Each creature within range of that 100 feet.
Yeah.
No. It can just be heard up to 100 feet away.
Oh.
Each creature within range, which is the 5 feet.
Okay, so the other two rats are not within range.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, you could try and scare him off. You're like, hey, get out of here.
Yeah, they weren't scared at all.
Yeah, they were hungry apparently.
Yeah, they're too busy eating it.
Hungry hippos.
Yep.
All right, guys, what are you gonna do?
I'm trying to finish this long rest.
They're not having much luck.
I don't think we're gonna get a long rest.
I mean, how long will it take two rats to eat the remains of one rat? Several hours?
They're chewing pretty fast. They're gorging pretty quickly.
Yeah, they'll be fat. They'll be slow.
Are we saying
Maybe
we're
there's
gonna
some
rest now?
tryptophan in those rats. I mean,
How much time? Okay, so what are you gonna do then?
So I burst through this door with both my swords, and I am standing right next to these guys. So
there are a
I'm-
bunch of
roll
cots.
initiative.
There are a bunch of cots in front of it, though, so you'd have to move the cots.
I've moved those long ago.
I don't think you ever said that you did.
I got 13 for my initiative.
Okay.
So even when you're trying to surprise somebody, you have to roll for initiative?
You always roll for initiative, right?
Okay.
And it's everybody, even though I'm just kidding.
Everybody.
Yep. 19.
Nice.
13.
Who has a better dex, Devon or
I
Shield?
have 19 dexterity.
My dex is 10. Shield is asleep.
Barrick is gonna call to Shield. Shield,
I guess he wouldn't be asleep because of the thunderclap. That probably would have woke him up,
we need you.
but he's still on his bed.
I'm gonna
So
use
are
my
you
inspiration.
you were attempting to surprise him as you burst through, right?
Yeah.
All right. So it wouldn't so much be a stealth as it would be, but I mean, let's use your stealth stat because that's gonna be pretty high for you.
Yeah.
Because essentially you're surprising them. So go ahead and roll the stealth because if you do, you're gonna have advantage on there, and he's gonna have to miss his first attack. That's how the sneaky thing works.
24.
Surprise. That is going to be very effective. So you have advantage
those
on your
roll
first
so
attack
high?
against him.
I need to figure out how you guys do that.
He's so sad.
We just
It's
don't
so
use
bad.
the dice machine thing. We actually roll the dice. Well, and I guess Mike uses one. I don't know.
I use a tower.
The dice machine.
Yeah, that rolls the dice for you.
The dice.
And I'm also just lying about what I roll. I just say that I roll high.
Exactly.
Oh.
And so speaking of which, it is your turn, Barrick. Finn is about to waylay the rat in front of him. He's going to totally hit the jump on it. But the other rat is very aware of your presence.
So Barrick is going to engage the other rat then, so as not to mess up Finn's plan there.
Okay.
And he's gonna shoot his crossbow. And he got, oh my gosh. Got a 1.
A 1?
Yeah. Thanks,
Okay.
Steve. Oh, you're bad juju, man.
So when you pull the trigger on your crossbow, you
Oh,
hear
geez.
and feel like a really strange sensation. It does not feel right at all, and almost as if the cartridge kind of jams up inside the crossbow, and that chamber now is completely useless.
Oh boy.
Tap, rack, bang, Mike. Tap,
Yeah.
rack, bang.
bang.
Failure drill. Come on, what is it?
I could. So
Well, you can take your second shot.
I am. I'm gonna. But do I have to do anything to try to clear the first? Do I need
No,
to-
the first one's just jammed.
I don't need to pull it out or anything.
No, your
That's
second
what-
shot is
never mind.
Yeah.
Okay. So second shot. Son of a gun. So roll to hit again.
Yeah.
8 plus 6.
That will be enough to hit.
Nice.
Let's roll damage.
1d6. 3 plus 4, 7.
Okay, it enters his neck, cutting a vein that goes through, and it falls over and jiggles away and dies.
Nice.
All right, this other guy's gonna have to skip his first turn because he is surprised, and it's your turn, Finn.
All right. So I am attacking with my short swords.
With advantage on the first.
So that means I get to roll twice, right? Pick whichever
Two
one's high.
d20s, take the
2d20s?
highest.
Well, that one's not good. That was a 1.
Hope this is
I'll
better.
take that one. A 19 plus 6, so 25.
Definite hit.
All right. And 9.
Okay, you come right down, chop his head off. He's done.
All right. And with my other sword, I
He's
go.
gone. There's nobody left.
Oh, there's nobody left? There's one
Nope.
right there in front of me.
This is the corpse that they were eating.
All right. We didn't even loot any of the other corpses, man.
Mike
Berg
exploded.
was so interested in
What do
going. There's always got to be loot, right?
Barrick calls to everyone and says, for the love, before anything else happens, Shield, pick up the dwarf. Fen, lead the way. Let's get out of here. And I will roll. What's that word?
The die. Shield picks
no.
up his Shield. Looks at his hands, and he says, "These hands, strong. They were
They
strong
look
hands."
like big, strong hands.
Ah,
That was,
and
that was a
and
good pull.
it was good. I like it. So guys, let's go. Let's get out of here.
We're not even gonna search and see if there's any more survivors from where they brought that dwarf from.
Fen, no. We need a rest. We need to get out.
That's what this room
regroup
with cots was about.
until we were ambushed. You were part of this, weren't you?
I was. Nothing happened to me. All right, I'm out of here.
There we go.
Can't
Shield.
select my character there.
I pick up the dwarf and I
Let's
follow.
go. We're just gonna head out.
You're heading out the door.
Headed out the door.
All right, Shield, stop right there.
Oh my gosh.
Roll a roll a perception.
That's what I want to do. I want to roll dice this game. That is a 15.
Okay, you are not surprised. There is a little turd hanging right around the corner. So you get to make first attack.
I bring my shield down on top of his head.
Mhm.
That die bounced way back in there. That is a 10 plus 5. That is a 15.
Okay, you are going to feel the satisfying crunch as you come down on top of his skull.
There's a 1d8 plus 5. That is a 6 plus 5. That's 11 points of damage.
And it is completely obliterated as you do so.
I kick the corpse away from me against the wall with a strength check of 11 plus 3.
It goes flying, bounces around the
And-
corner, opens the door, and closes the door.
And then I walk out with the dwarf to these trees where these guys are hanging out. And I put the dwarf down.
Okay.
And then I laid down by the tree.
What you up to, guys?
Shield
how
was
is the
asleep
dwarf?
instantly.
Is he close? Is he conscious? Is he back?
He is sleeping deeply. It was pretty traumatic what took place, so he is recouping best he can.
Ben, do you feel that this is a spot that we can long rest and be okay? I
No.
don't want to have to deal with more rats. What should we do?
Roll an investigation.
Should we move on? +6. 11.
Got 18. 18 on my investigation.
Okay, so Finn, this is very defensible. It does not look like it's very well traveled. In fact, after the conversation you had with Halia and the rest of them, it seems like everyone who uses this place as a home was already in the caverns. You don't really expect anybody to come traipsing through or by. The only thing you're unsure of is whether or not something will come out of the cave. But it does feel like you kind of sent most of the things on a route, and as Shield dispatched the that last rat, he didn't get the sense that there was anything else with it currently.
All
This
right.
wouldn't be a terrible place to take a rest.
It wouldn't be or would be?
It would not be.
I suggest we rest here, guys.
All right. I'll meditate here.
Okay, who's taking first watch?
Shield.
He's already out. Shield's already gone. Ben,
the dwarf.
Yeah, the dwarf.
He's sucking up his tears with his trunk.
Okay, I'll take first watch.
All right. All right, first watch passes without incident. Several hours into the night, Finn, it's now you're up. You can now get Barrick up if you wish.
Nope.
Do we
I
collect the
I just let him sleep some more, and I walk off into the distance, away from them. Just kidding. No, I'll wake up Barrick, and I say, "Get up, it's your turn." I'm gonna go back here behind these bushes and hide while I take a rest.
Barrick, during your watch, the dwarf stirs a lot. He's starting to kind of come back into his own senses. He's kind of getting some cold sweats and he's shivering. He's definitely having some nightmares. He's not, yelling or calling attention or anything like that, but he's definitely starting to have a little bit of a restless night.
I don't have anything to offer him.
Yeah, and he's asleep. It's just he's kind of fitful.
Okay.
The next few hours pass. It's been enough for a short rest, but it is now time for Shield's watch.
Barrick walks to Shield and rustles him awake. Shield, be awake.
I'm awake now.
So far, nothing has happened.
Alright.
The dwarf is fidgety. I'm gonna go
Watch
sleep.
over him. I'll keep watch.
I'm sleeping.
So Shield steps out and he just watches here.
Okay. Shield it passes into dawn. The sun begins to rise, and the dwarf had finally got himself into a more restful sleep. He begins to kind of naturally wake up as the dawn comes. You guys have now completed a full rest. So go ahead and hit that beautiful
The long rest button.
long rest.
Okay. I messed this one up last time. So do we have the checkbox?
So when you do the long rest, just don't uncheck the box. This is
Uncheck
reset.
the box.
Yeah,
Okay.
uncheck the box.
Okay.
And just say take long rest.
Okay.
Okay, the dwarf rises. He's not sure where he is, but he is grateful to be outside. He's looking around and he finally gets a focus on Shield and says, "Are you going to kill me?"
Says, I need you to stand up. I need to look at your wounds.
Okay, he stands.
And I want to do an investigation check.
Okay. Go ahead, roll it.
That's 15 plus 1, 16.
Okay, you look him over. You've been fully healed from the healing potion you gave him. You can't see any signs of other damage. He looks like the perfect picture of health.
Ben Barrick, we need to look at your wounds. Do you feel different? Can you tell?
I definitely feel a little ratty.
Yeah, there is. You guys definitely feel strange. You know something is off. Nothing in the way of like a change or a transformation has seemed to take place yet, but there is this very sickening feeling in the pit of your stomach that something is wrong and it's going to need to be handled soon.
I suggest if we were to find answers to whatever it is, whatever disease or cure there is, the best place to start would be here, where they lived. Whether there's writings, whether there's clues, I think we need to search the rest of this cave.
He says, "Did you kill the brood mother?"
Probably not. Son of a
Brood
gun.
mother?
Oh, you'll know her. She's a large and nasty wench, to be sure. She's terrifying beyond all comparison. She rules them all. And if you killed all her kin, she's gonna be fit mad for sure.
And killing the brood mother would lift the curse?
That and I'm not sure of, but I know that these people they chose this life for themselves. We were all but there. Oh, and when he says we, he says, did you get anybody else out?
No, we did
We-
not.
How
We
many
didn't
are
know
you?
We
there
didn't
was
get to
anyone
go
else.
look. We wanted to make sure you survived the night.
The rest of me family still back in there.
Well, if we find
Can you
anybody, we'll
bite?
let you know.
We were not much, but food for the beast, and he starts to like weep and collapse as he thinks about the fact that you're essentially just being kept alive to be fed.
I am going to intimidate the dwarf, and I'm going to say, "Get on your feet. This is no time to weep." And I'm going to shove a dagger in his hand.
Okay.
And I'm saying, "It's time to go."
Roll intimidation.
That's a 5 + 5. That's 10.
He says, "Okay." Kind of weakly and not very convincingly.
If there's people in here, we need to free them.
I know. I
We need to
agree.
do it quickly.
I'm terrified.
That's fine. We're all scared. We almost died. Gods abandoned us. We need to, but we can't just.
I'm not bitter.
We have to go.
I'm not bitter.
Can
Ben,
I?
I'm
Oh,
sorry about
hey,
your
you
plan.
guys. Hey, what are you guys up to?
We're going back in.
Oh, okay.
It's like, I'm in.
There he is. Hey Barry, do I have any skill at attempting to fix the crossbow?
So looking at your character sheet,
Sleight of hand.
you could use an investigation to maybe determine what's wrong with it, but the
Okay.
workmanship is so beyond your comprehension. I mean, as far as fixing it, it might be a little difficult.
Okay, so I'll roll that.
Okay.
I'll roll investigation. That is 5 + 6, 12, 11. Sorry.
So you're kind of like when you're working on a Nerf gun that's got a dart stuck up in it. You know where it is. You know where the jam is, but
That's funny.
but nothing you seem to do can dislodge that stupid round.
So, do I have? Is it now just a single shot now,
Right now
or
it's a
is it
single shot.
totally?
Right now it's a
Okay,
single
so
shot.
I can still use it. Okay.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I play Nerf a lot with my kids back on the farm, so I
Dwarf, what's your name?
Totally got that reference.
Denon. They call me Denon.
They will still call you Denon. They will call you Denon the Brave, the Rat Slayer when we are done.
Shield, you're inspiring
Wait,
me.
let
Let's
me
go
write
do
my name
this.
down so I don't forget it.
I'll do the same. Finn, do you want to go first, or do you want me to take point?
Oh, I'll go first.
He says, "Listen, we might be able to approach from the other side."
The other side.
The other
There's
side.
another
See,
way into Mordor.
these
We never
were
spoke of this before.
these were our mines before they took them from us.
Show us the
Lead
way,
the way.
Denon.
So he, instead of going into the cave, says, "Well, follow me, lads." And he walks up around the thing.
Finn, we have another way.
Hold on. Oh, that's
Don't
got to be
see it.
better than that. Stop it.
Denon, when did these creatures come and rout you out of your caves, out of your home?
It's been months now. The
And they've kept you
Falcatchers-
alive for months?
Oh yes. Well, they had to feed the brood mother something to keep her happy. Plus, besides the foul experiments they did on us to see how we would turn, or if we would turn or not turn.
How many people does she eat a day?
I couldn't tell you how many a day. I just know that we've lost at least 7 of us in the months that we've been here.
Months, 7, 2.5 a week.
Brood mother. Blood.
0.2 a week. Okay.
Oops, that's not what I wanted. You go away.
Getting ready to fight. This is a very narrow canyon. How come we can't see everything?
Our vision is
Because
being
that is like
obstructed.
The edge
I
of
think
the
we should burn
map.
Phandalin down.
Interesting conversation as we walk.
This is like, I think the paladin is about to break his oath of honor and go full on
Vandalin, where's that?
Death Knight.
The people that
I feel like-
we've tried to help so many people. I
feel
would
like
like to
someone-
investigate these graves over here.
Those be graves.
When he walks up, he kind of kneels down in veneration and a little sad, and He
To be
says,
mighty big words, we are but humble pirates.
just very very reverently, he kneels and offers a little prayer, and then continues to move through the area.
Denon, we will avenge these fallen.
Didn't say anything about it. This is the wrong
By
button.
your hand, she shall fall. I promise you this.
I grab Thor's hammer.
Oh, come on, you stupid tool. Come on.
Did you call me?
You
Okay,
heard him.
He indicates that up on the cliff face. He points to an entrance that is way high. It's at least 40 feet high up a sheer cliff. He says that's essentially where everything vents, but we'd be hard pressed to climb up there right now. But just so you know, that's another way out in the event that we need it. Just know it's there.
I am going to look
Don't
for
you
tree
touch me.
branches or brush or any like fallen leaves that I can make a giant pile to soften our inevitable fall
Oh,
out of this
okay.
vent.
So roll survival.
That is a 6 + 0. I'm real good at rolling dice.
I got 13 for survival.
Thank you for helping, Finn. I appreciate it. All I found was this sharp, pointy stick. I sharpened the ends of them just in case.
This should break.
I'll let you go first, and then Barrick, and then I'll land on both of you.
I think that's a good plan.
Or
I'll fall
we
first
could just use the
on the
rope
stick.
and kind
Okay.
of
Do you have
find-
any rope?
go down.
I anticipate us having to exit quickly.
Okay.
That's right.
When
I'm
you
just gonna
find
tie
some-
the rope
when you
around
find
you, and
some
I'll jump
spoilers-
out, and then you can jump.
I find some
not?
spoilage that
I don't know how
could
physics work.
potentially make it easier to fall. All right. Denon makes his way around to the other entrance.
To
Going
the
to
other
Other
side.
side.
Where'd everybody go? There's nobody here.
Finn,
Dirty.
this way, Finn. Follow the sound of my voice.
Can't.
You'll get revenge for your girlfriend, Finn. Do not worry.
What girlfriend?
The
You
rat
don't have to play-
princess.
You don't have to play coy.
Isn't my
The rat
girlfriend?
princess will be avenged.
Killed her myself.
Well,
I know that was the hardest thing you've ever done. I saw it in your eyes. Denon,
No, not really. It was pretty
Back up,
easy,
Denon.
actually.
it's okay. You don't be strong, Finn. Be strong. So I'm gonna.
He moves. He says, I don't know what's ahead. I don't know who might be up ahead. I hope
Well,
hopefully my
it
family's
is
alive."
pretty dark, so none of us know what's up ahead. apparently.
Courage, Denon. Follow behind. We will need your help in the end. And I step through the threshold.
Just watch out for elephant poop.
courage for
There's
our
no
friends.
elephants. There are no elephants in this area, Finn. I'm pretty
There are
sure.
no
You're an
captains
elephant.
in the
I'm a Luxodon. There's a difference.
Hey, Luxodon, woolly mammoth, elephant. They all got a trunk.
That's true. And you have legs, and humans have legs, but you're not a human.
Maybe.
I agree.
I don't want to die, says Denon.
Denon, be brave, be strong.
Then don't
Yeah.
worry, you don't have to come in here. Don't make them peer pressure you.
No,
You can
I
stay
will.
outside.
I will not let you go alone. It is my
I
family.
will not deny you this chance to avenge the fallen brethren.
I whispered to him, I said, if you want me to kill them, you just let me know. Okay.
I want them all to die.
Okay. Let's set it up.
I mean, not my family, but you know.
I'm going to start going stealthily through this hallway.
Okay, roll stealth.
This is it, guys.
Hey, where are you guys at?
That is a 16 stealth.
Okay.
we all
Despite
need to
your
roll?
large stature and massive armor,
He
you
can stealth somehow.
move pretty quietly through the cave, making a very minimal ruckus. When Dannon gets
What
into
are
this
they
room, he says, I think we're close. It's been a while since I've been in this chamber, but they should be just on the other side. That's where they've kept us. That door is either barricaded or locked. I don't remember.
I am going to investigate this door.
Shield, shall I?
I will help Barrick, investigate this door,
So Barrick, roll investigation.
and I will assist with a 17 plus 1
Barrick-
for 18.
Shield, why don't you take over? You investigate. You're right. You're right.
What I meant was,
You
what I
go.
meant to say was,
You go.
I just wanted to see
I
how you do it.
investigate this door.
I just wanted you to show me. Okay, the door is definitely locked. It's not, and it's a little more than locked. It feels like it's barricaded from the other side, but it's not budging just by regularly pushing on it.
Denon, what do you say is on the other side? This is where they're keeping you, or is this where the brood mother is?
I believe this is where they had us.
I'm going to lightly knock on the door.
Wait. I can attempt to pick it. I have a lockpick kit.
Oh,
You want me to try?
okay. Yes, I will wait.
I'm
You're
try
gonna
to
roll
lock-
sleight of hand with advantage.
Okay. And tell me what advantage is again.
Two d20s.
2d20s and take
Take
the highest.
Yeah.
So the highest is 11.
And your sleight of
plus
hand.
5, so 16.
Okay, so you easily pick the lock. The door is definitely unlocked now, and as you try to put your weight against it, it just barely slides. And you do hear a scuttle from the other side.
Say, Barrick, move back.
I am going to move back.
Fen, get into position. If you need to shoot around me, make it happen.
Oh, I'm just over here to surprise attack them when they attack you guys.
All right, let's do this.
All right. So I am going to grab
Um,
the door, and I am going to slowly open the door with my strength.
So roll a strength. Do you want to?
16 plus 3.
So 19 total.
Yeah.
Okay, so as you push and lean into it with your shoulder, you hear a very satisfying, and you feel just that slightest inching movement as it begins to push its way in. Once you kind of get to a really good leverage point, the obstruction in front of it is pushed to the side, and the door is swung open, and standing in front of you is the most vile-looking, putrid creature of the natural/unnatural world you've ever seen. It is a big, bloated, pussy,
Oh man, is that Barrick's mom?
hairless rat. It's got blood coming out of its mouth. It looks like it's
Oh,
just
no.
recently eaten. It looks like its belly is riding with pups and whatever else happens to be inside it. And this thing is livid. There behind it, you see huddled in the corner are 4 more dwarves, one of which is bleeding from the shoulder.
I
Is
cast
that-
Guiding Bolt.
Everybody
the
roll initiative.
Son of that's 5.
11.
5.
Barrett
got a
got
5.
11.
You both got 5, right? And
Correct.
then
Yeah.
you got 11.
Barrett got
Alright.
11, yes. Yes, sir.
Alrighty. And she. Oh,
So I imagine
she's
this
gonna-
thing looks like those spiders that carry all their young on their back, but this is a rat.
Yeah, exactly.
Is this the brood mother?
She definitely appears to be like nothing you've seen so far.
She rolled a 1. Good.
She did. All right, Barrick.
Barrick is
nasty's-
going to move forward right at the threshold of the door. And I'm going to cast Thunder Wave because it seems to be working pretty well for me.
Alrighty.
You have to roll a con save of 12.
Con of 12.
Yep.
Oh.
Wait. I hope that was a good O for me and not a bad O.
That was bad for me. It was 1 away from making that save. So what's my damage?
So it's 2d8 plus you get pushed back 10 feet.
All right. She gets thrown back, knocking the other dwarfs back as well when she slams into it. What's the damage?
5. That
5?
wasn't very. Yeah, that wasn't. It wasn't a very good roll.
All right, but it does push it back. Head gets thrown to the side, and it bares its teeth and growls and whips its tail and smacks the dwarf in the face.
Sorry, dwarf. Let's
Finn.
see. Hang
Or
on.
you- Sorry.
Hang on.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I can cast a spell and shoot. No,
No.
I think I can just cast a spell.
Right.
I am going to use one of my bonus actions
Uh-huh.
and head back behind Finnegan.
Okay.
Not Finnegan, but Shield.
Finnegan, Lord
Not
Finnegan.
Finnegan.
Exactly. Oh, and I gotta put my spell button on. There we go.
Finn, 'tis your turn.
All right. I move over here. And I will shoot at her with my bow, if possible. Let me see.
Yeah, that's totally possible. It's possible.
However, unlikely.
All right. I got 12.
You got a whole whopping 12.
Yep.
That is just going to hit.
Woohoo! Let's. Oh, I got 14 with the longbow. I looked at the wrong thing.
Okay.
So,
That's still a hit.
8 plus 5, 13.
She hisses as it drills into her shoulder, kind of taking off chunks of hair and flesh as it does so. It's almost as if she's rotting from the inside out. And so when you hit her, it's like makes this nasty, like pus oozy sensation.
All right. I say, you look like someone I've seen before. I just can't figure it out. Can't figure it out. And that's my turn.
The rat, who does not speak English, says nothing back. Your turn, Shield.
I'm gonna cast Guiding Bolt at this thing.
Uh-huh.
So that is hit plus 5. That is 15 plus 5. That is 20.
That will definitely hit.
And that is 46 of damage.
Dang.
Whoa! Nice, man.
At least I hit today on something.
Well, that's a lot of damage.
So that's
Damage.
a 3. So that's 8, 9, 10, 11, 16 points of damage.
The bolt enters through its eyes. Its mouth and ears begin to glow. It looks up into the sky like a Muppet from Jim Henson's workshop and just evaporates into a puff of dust and ash and blood and is no more.
Oh. Nice.
Yeah, that was a quick dispatch there. The
It's over?
Denon comes running through,
Good grief, man.
collapses amongst the other dwarves. They start looking at the one who has been bitten. They start to bandage him up, patch him back together. They ask, "Is there anything you can do? He's lost a lot of blood."
Shield looks at Finn.
Shield?
Nope.
Shield is going to come down and he's going to do a laying on of hands on
Okay.
the dwarf. And
Oh,
he's gonna get
you got him? Okay.
points of damage.
Cool. He stabilizes
Or
quickly.
5 health.
The other dwarves have looks of massive gratitude on their face as you do so, and they're just happy and crying and can't believe they've seen that Denon's alive, and he can't believe that he got back to them. And their reunion is very somber yet hopeful.
Do you feel different? Does anyone feel different? Anyone that was bit?
The only people that feel different are, well, Beric and Finn. The one who's coming to hasn't quite got the wherewithal, but he looks a little funny.
I mean, I don't feel great. Dwarves, should we delve deeper? Is there anything else we need to do here?
We've been trapped in here for months. We know these mines like the back of our hands. Those of us that have been here long enough, but this is where we've kept us. Beyond these rooms were the breeding areas and the toilets of those foul beasts. I'm not knowing who's still alive out there, but if you've and that's when Dan kind of explains what happened, who they killed, who you guys have killed, who's been dispatched. They all kind of seem pretty hopeful and breathe a sigh of relief hearing that that Radigan is dead, and that Helia also seems to have succumbed.
Is there a point to go further?
I think we need to collect pieces of this rat. Maybe someone in town can use what remains of the rat to find a cure. I mean,
and we'd like to reclaim our claim. This is after all a gold mine.
We at this point, dwarves, I'm more worried about other people turning into rats if they don't want to.
We understand that. That's the curse is foul indeed. We don't have the magic necessary for managing it, but they all look at the one who's been bitten. He says, "We do have a few fortnights before the next full moon, if you catch my meaning."
I've never played Fortnite.
What are your intentions? Do you plan to stay?
Well, this is our home, and this is our claim.
That's not what I asked.
We do intend to stay. Do we intend to help rid him of this curse? Absolutely. Can we do anything about it right now? No.
So how are you going to keep this gold mine of yours when you lost it to some rats? You got any plans?
Well, we were well hidden before we were discovered. It was only by
that makes sense.
A turn of bad luck that we were found out.
We are all pretty luck on it tonight.
Okay.
Shield
Ben,
and
can
Fen.
you collect anything from this corpse that we could maybe, I don't know, take back to town and someone can make a potion or something? I mean, that's how antidotes are created, right? From the venom of the creatures that people are bit by.
Maybe.
But remember, we learned. I mean, it's not a poison; it's a curse.
Madam Gwyn herself may be well equipped to provide what we need. We would send for her soon. As soon as we know that the mine is secure.
All right, I kick this door open.
Very excited to have their mine back.
I kick this door open.
I'm on your 6, Shield.
No loot from the boss.
That's where we're headed.
The body.
I'm going to investigate the body. I got 15.
Okay, you find it has definitely was pregnant. It has several little rattlings inside its gut, inside its womb. You can take some pretty decent ivories from its face and any other chunks of fur or paws if you wish. There's no money on it necessarily, but so with the enemies all dispatched and with nobody, the dwarves kind of explained to you the layout of the caverns. There is the surveyor's office is the northernmost point where a couple of them head. They go back to check on things. There are actually several supply rooms where the others go to check on the provisions that are there. There are casks of black powder, There are crates of tools. There are lots of piles of tools strewn throughout. There is, I mean, it was at one point a fully functioning mine, and the were rats themselves are also doing their best to mine. Um, but the thing that was the most concerning to the dwarves was in the southern storeroom where um, several crates are laden with quite a bit of gold.
Who's the leader of the pack here?
It goes by the name of Mickey Mouse.
His
Is,
name is yeah. His name is Pel.
Pelb?
Pel.
Where's Pel? Which one's Pel?
Pel is in the northern office, in the
Okay,
office.
I'm gonna go up there. I said, Pel, I need a favor.
What is that?
I noticed you have black powder, and I need someone to make some exploding arrows. Can you make that happen?
Exploding. Can I make exploding arrows? I'll
Yes.
I'll give you a sack of the stuff if you wish to take it with you for someone who's a little more adept at making such a contraption.
You don't have anyone here that can do that?
We're not artificers of any type. We're simple miners, not much more than that.
How much black powder can you give me?
We can spare you as much as you like, lad. We're indebted to you and grateful.
I appreciate that. Can I get how much black powder would be a lot of black powder?
Well, a lot of black powder you probably want like maybe like a 5-pound bag.
I would like, yeah. Can I get a 5-pound bag of black powder?
Done. He points to the other dwarf and kind of tells him, it signals for him to get it made ready.
So I'm guessing you don't want people to know that you have this mine?
We would hope that we could keep it quiet. Now look at Helia betrayed us. Had it not been for her and her dark dealings with these foul creatures, we would have been just fine. She's been providing supplies to us for years. Why she decided to toss in with these foul things, it's beyond me. It makes no sense why she would do such a thing.
Was there any indication that she wasn't herself?
Never.
Why?
Never. That's what vexes me so. I never had I expected her to do something so dastardly. And then to even try to convince us to become one of them or die, basically. She herself deciding to make the foul change. That's a curse beyond our knowledge and knowing. Like we said before, maybe dang it, maybe the midwife back in Fandolin could be of some assistance. I know she's good with healing. Adabra Gwyn, Madam Gwyn.
I know Adabra well, and I will definitely talk to her. But it doesn't make sense. I mean, you were working with her before. I mean, the were rats
We've worked with her for
surely
years.
could not have mined better than you were mining here. So why it doesn't make any sense? Did they leave anything behind? Any notes? Any communications?
The best I can tell you, when Halia was supplying us and keeping us fit, once we hit some really good veins, it did seem that she came more often and more often. In fact, she may have even had me convinced that the Fandolin villagers were probably not worth their weight in the salt that they carry, if you know what I mean.
I know.
We ourselves were kind of becoming a little more reclusive and keeping this all to ourselves. I mean, it's a claim we've had for years, so there's nobody else had the right to it besides. But once she realized the riches we were able to pull from here, I don't know if she had already known this band of bandits or if it was something that she stumbled upon and couldn't help it. But I mean, we may never know now that she's gone. But perhaps the search of her body would reveal some kind of clue.
Well, we're gonna when we head back to town, I'll talk to Adabra about a cure, but you have to promise to let Adabra at least come by, because I imagine you aren't going to be going into town.
We're not. We're not
We'll
anytime
send
soon.
Adabra this way.
Well, yeah, we know Adabra well. We'll keep her. I know she'll keep our confidence.
Well, I will not tell anyone of the mine that you have taken it and that you have found riches here.
I do appreciate
thank you for the bag of black powder. Hopefully we can make something of it, but My companions enjoyed their wealth, and I'm sure they would be very grateful if you were able to supply them with a little bit of the gold that you mined here, since you seem to have a surplus at the moment.
Oh, lad, I would gladly help. I would gladly assist you in that way. We've come, other than the recent rash of bad luck with these creatures, we've been able to pull quite a bit of ore from the ground, and I would be happy to reward you handsomely for your assistance.
Well, I know they would appreciate it. All right, and then I'm gonna walk out here, and I am going to just investigate everywhere and look for any sign of communications that rats had or notes that rats left.
So, Helia's body is still in the common room. They haven't really got around to cleaning everything up yet.
I'm going to investigate Helia's body.
Okay. Roll
Eric's
that.
just kind of walking around. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
If you know what I mean. That is a 19 plus 1, 20.
Okay. Rifling through her belongings, she's got a few, her regular, her miner's clothing, her really nice boots, things like that. She does have a kind of a hidden pouch along her belt, and in that pouch is a piece of parchment. It is sealed with wax, and the wax seal has a Z pressed into it.
Piece of paper from Helia. I open
Z
it.
for Harbin Wester.
You've cracked the case.
I have.
I open it and read it.
Okay, so you crack the seal, and when you open the parchment, it says, Halia, the time to move is now. Use the rats however you must. We must secure the mine. And there's just a signature of a Z at the bottom.
A Z that stands for Zoro.
Must secure the mine. Okay. I'm gonna take this all in while Devon and Mike do something, if they're gonna do something. No,
Okay.
I'll do other stuff.
While you guys are walking around investigating, since looks like Finn is down in the storeroom, a couple of doors are talking amongst themselves. Eventually, another one comes by. They kind of look at the storeroom. They look at you, and then they start to fill some sacks with gold ore.
Whoa, I'm getting fresh already.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they basically take 10 big chunks of ore of unprocessed gold and just fill it into these sacks. And then they tie them up and hand them over to you. They're heavy. They're very, very heavy. But they're these 10 big old chunks of ore that that you now possess.
Barrick's kind of walking around, just looking at stuff and investigating, picking through.
Yeah, it's definitely, it's filthy from the rats. As you make your way north along that cavern you were just along, you do see a body of a long and very old dispatched miner who looks like he had several stab wounds in him. He doesn't have anything else on him other than the clothes he's wearing and a pickaxe in his hand.
Are they
But
fresh
he's not.
stab?
He's not a dwarf.
He is not a dwarf.
He is a man.
He is a man.
He's the original miner who the dwarves killed to take it, I'm guessing.
So I'm gonna
Dirty dwarves.
I'm gonna do some investigation. Just
okay.
And that's nat 20.
A nat 20 investigation. So looking him over, it looks like he has been here for a really long time. And this corridor does seem like it hasn't really been traveled very well at all. In fact, it's almost as if it's been avoided on purpose. No tracks have made their way here in at least almost a year, if not more. So it's real dusty and arid back in this cave. The clothes he's wearing don't really seem to be familiar to you at all. Anything you've seen in Phandalin or even from what the werewats the were rats were wearing. The were-wats were wearing.
Wascally Wabbits.
The were-wats. And it's just strange. I mean, he has a lot of stab wounds, and I mean, at this point, it's the stab wounds you can tell are from they scratched the skeleton part of him. There's not a lot of flesh left. There's mostly decay.
Can I perceive that it's not a blade but a claw, or do I perceive?
It was definitely a blade. It was definitely a blade. It was definitely a blade.
And there's no identifying anything on him or
There's
anything.
nothing else other than that.
Can I perceive anything about the cave that we're in? Was he going after a vein of gold? Was there an Arkenstone deep in there? Like,
it looks like, I mean, he was kind of creating his own little offshoot tunnel here. It wasn't anything that seemed like it was following the pattern of the rest of the mine. In fact, it's heading back towards the kind of the common area, and so he seemed very interested in what he was doing.
Okay. Nothing else?
Well, with your nat 20, when you kind of get a better glance at him, you notice that there is a little glint of something around his neck.
I'm going to investigate that.
Okay. You don't feel like there's anything amiss here, so as you reach in, you pull out what look like a set of spectacles, but they're set in brass rings. The rings are pretty thick, and the lenses or the glass is kind of deceptively thin. They look very delicate, but they are very stout at the same time. So they have a leather strap that goes around, and so you could put, they're like a goggle essentially. You put them on your face, wrap them around your head, and you have these spectacles.
I'm gonna do that then. I'm gonna put them on my head and see what I see.
All right.
First item.
Rat.
Nothing really seems to change. Your vision is not much clearer. There isn't a lot of change. You're not sensing anything different. You're not given any more, insight as far as your sight. It just seems like they are ornamental. But man, they're really, really, really well preserved, especially compared to his body.
So as I look at the walls, I don't have X-ray vision,
It doesn't give you X-ray. No X-ray vision. Nothing seems to.
I can't see auras. I can't tell who he was in his past life. I can't.
No, it's not giving you any insight to him at all, nor in the cave around you. It's just the best thing you can tell right now is it's protecting your eyes from the dust around you.
And he's mostly bone right now? Is that what you said?
Mostly bone. Yeah.
Okay. Anything about his pickaxe that is particularly different? Is it just a pickaxe?
It's just a plain old pickaxe.
Okay. I'm going to pocket these and keep them quiet for a second, and I'm going to walk back down.
Write that down that you have brass goggles in your possession.
Brass goggles?
Uh-huh.
Okay, equipment. Manage equipment.
Devon,
okay, you guys have leveled up.
Items.
I am outside hanging out waiting for you guys.
You've received about 1,500 what?
Gold?
Your gold. Yeah, the ore that you're carrying is worth about 1,500 gold pieces if you were to get it broken down, processed, assessed, etc.
That Devon is carrying. I need to talk to the other guy first before we stop too.
I can't find brass goggles. No results.
Just write it down in your notes for now, because you'll need to. Yeah, you'll need right now. To you, they're just brass goggles.
Okay, gotcha.
Hey, I finally got an extra attack at level 5. I might not be useless now.
You also had 2-weapon fighting, but you had to be using not a giant heavy shield.
Yeah, and I didn't have another weapon, so.
Yeah.
Anyway, I say, hey, Pele.
Pele?
I hand him the note. I said, I think other people know about the mine. I don't think you're as safe as you think you are.
He looks at it and What are we supposed to do now?
I would suggest you cave in the entrances that people know about, and you set guards, and you be wary. I don't know what else you can do.
I don't like that ominous tone to this note. Who are these people?
I don't know who Z is. I don't know.
Well, we'll take. I think you have a good mind. We'll collapse the entrances. We'll make new ones. We'll set up defenses. They'll have to dig their way in if they want it, I guess.
If they want it that bad. If you ever need us, when Adabra comes by, pass on a message. We'll get a message from Adabra. We can come and help. But until then, can you take a look at these? I hand him the 2 dwarven jewels we found in the other cave. You know how much these are worth? What these are? Old relics from
Those
from
are a
your
fine
people?
cut for sure, and it looked like they were cut by an expert gemologist. This will fetch you a fair price of market, to be sure. I'll give you 200 for it now.
Okay, and I will hand those over to him.
Okay. He's very happy to have them.
And I will add 200 gold.
And his happiness comes more from the fact that this kind of reminds him of his kin and their craft.
Yep. Well, I appreciate you helping us out with the gold and the black powder.
Tis the least we can do.
I think we will try to investigate who the Z is, and if it can help us, and if we can help you, then hopefully we can. Hopefully we have a place that we can come if we ever need it.
You are always welcome. As long as you can find the way in, he laughs.
Very well. Good day, Pele.
Goodbye, Ellie.
Oh,
I am just
I'm
outside in
going
the front, just hanging out, waiting for you guys, seeing if you're gonna.
are you like
show
hiding
up.
in that bush? Would I notice Devon if I walk out?
I'm hiding.
You
gonna
can
roll
roll
a perception
you can roll a stealth, Devon.
18 perception.
I mean, they've been in there for a long time.
Yeah. You can roll a stealth.
Nope. 9.
He fell out of the tree.
Yeah.
It's just rustling.
Yeah, he's just kind of like snoring by the time you get out there. The
What
first
time of day
in
is
his
it?
life he's ever snored. So it's close to midday.
Did you say we leveled up?
You leveled up.
We did level up. Hurrah!
You leveled up.
We finally leveled
So
up.
I pull up the note and I show it to Beric and Finn. Say this note was on Halia. It was on a pouch hidden in her belt. I don't know who Z is, but apparently they needed this gold mine for something. I don't know if this has anything to do with the what was that thing place called? Is it Thurum? Is it Thurum?
Isn't Therum?
The Syntherum. Shield is going to do a history check and see if this makes sense to him that Z stands for the Syntherum. And my history is so high. I threw that die behind my desk.
That's awesome.
Nice. It does make sense. And you remember the conversation you had with Adabra about the Harpers and kind of this group that they're trying to root out. And this does seem very familiar and like these guys.
I think we need to talk to Adabra. But I think first we had a magical sword to find. So what say you? Should we head back to Phandalin or should we go find the Dragon Slayer?
I need to go to Norma Garden, Gnome.
Normagard?
I need to get my crossbow fixed.
I should not go there with
fix
you,
it.
or I will kill them all.
I don't think you should accompany me here.
We do know
I
that
agree.
the gnome's name was Thindle, Twindle, Mindle.
Dead Man
Fin-
Walking?
Yeah.
Is that what his name was?
Bibblestib?
Fiddlestick pincushion. He does frequent what's that place called? He does frequent Phandalin often. We
Phandalin?
might find him there the next time we pass through Phandalin.
I'm gonna roll perception to see if I can tell if he's there.
From here, you can what? I don't think that's how it works.
I suggest we head to the burrow, we find the sword, and then we return to Phandalin.
I really need my crossbow. I'm useless
regard
without it.
Nomergard is
like
quite. You are not useless.
I'm like a Luxodon with a
I don't
shield.
I don't know.
You're
if
supposed to be a rogue. You're supposed to stab people, you know, in the back.
I
I'm
don't
just
know if you
saying.
know this, but that is my suggestion. If I suggest we go, we find the sword. If Cryovane is in the area, we're gonna need it to defeat him. Whatever this Inthurim is, I don't know what their plans are for here, or if they're looking for the sword. There's a lot of questions, and we don't have a lot of answers.
So you're gonna head towards the Dragon Barrow then?
I posed the question to the dwarf and the raccoon, or to the elf and the raccoon.
That's funny. So where are we on our map here?
You
We
are.
We're at
Let
the
me get on.
Starman.
Let me get on over here. So
The Sword Coast.
yes, you're on the Sword Coast. So
Who's this Xanth guy that we have over here? Am I supposed to see Xanth?
We're talking about. Don't worry about it. Ignore that.
All right.
Just kidding.
Foreshadowing.
Yeah, right.
Bam, bam,
So-
bam.
The where you currently are, you guys are in the in this location here, right off the trail.
Do it
at
again.
the-
Okay, right
at the
there.
at the Hill Mine, right? Dragon Barrow is along the high road, off to the not actually in the forest, but just off to the between the forest and the trail. So that's where that is.
And where do I get my crossbow fixed?
Your crossbow would be fixed down here in Nomergard.
Or Phandalin if he's there.
And this
Or
is Phandalin here.
Yeah, and that's Phandalin. This is
So we're
Phandalin.
not. So
Phandalin's
we're
right
not
here.
that far. We're not that far from.
Yeah,
this.
you're a day from Phandalin. You know, a little more than a day from to Nomergard.
How are we doing on supplies? Should we go to Phandalin first? Not to contradict Shield's plan, but
I'm okay
no?
with whatever.
Okay.
I say we let old raccoon
Everybody
here.
roll perception.
You say what, Devon?
I was gonna say let him go get his crossbow fixed and see if he can catch up with us.
15.
Perception.
8 + 8, 16.
25.
Nice. So you're not surprised at all when you see or you hear the steps of what sound like a horse, and what comes kind of walking up to you is a very regal, noble-looking centaur. He is kind of plodding along. He looks like he is very well worn to the trail. He is obviously native of this land, and he it just seems like he's patrolling. He says, "Well met, fair travelers. Where might you be headed?"
I say definitely not to this secret gold mine that we just came out of. We are headed in a couple different directions. And you?
He says, I'm a
Nothing to
caretaker.
see here.
I'm a caretaker of these lands. My name is Xanth. Well met.
Oh, hey. I know you. I don't know, really, I don't. This is the first time we've met. I've been around a while. Maybe you know me. I'm kind of famous. In some circles. But
Your
I roll a
reputation-
perception check to see if Devon is famous. That is an 8.
Your reputation does precede you. I've heard tales of the heroes of Phandalin.
yes. and we definitely didn't.
I want to pose a question to you.
Okay, go ahead.
Have you retrieved the sword yet?
None of your business. What sword do you speak of?
The sword that the lady sent you to find.
What lady? You seem
If
to let
not-
on more than you. You seem to know a lot about what we're supposed to be doing.
I'm your friend. I do not.
Perception check.
Yeah, go for it.
13.
He seems trustworthy. I mean, he's most of these guys are very noble. They're not typically someone who is out to do evil or do bad. You've heard tales of centaur rangers who help protect the land and keep it safe. They're very nomadic and solitary, but they're not known for being nefarious. The only reason I ask is I know of the errand you've been sent, but you've also been made aware, I'm sure, of the vile half-orc priestesses that are beginning to overtake the land as well. The dragon seems a problem, but the problems he's created are even more pressing. Listen, the road to the sword is not hard. It is easy. You'll find the barrow easy enough. But there is a place I dare not go, of magics I do not understand, where I fear these half-orc witches are about to do something that will change this landscape forever. You can head and go. You can grab the sword. It would aid you for sure. But you could also help me eradicate this blight that has beset us.
Well, you see, we'd love to go help you, but we need to find an antidote to a curse or poison that, so I don't turn into a rat. Do you know of anything like that?
I do not.
All right, then. I don't know what to tell
It
you.
sounds like you have a lot of choices before you.
Indeed.
And where are these orcs?
Know this. I can at least point you in the direction of this foul ritual. He says that the stop it. He kind of describes an area that's actually not very far north from Falcon's Lodge. It sounds like that's where the orcs have kind of centralized in the northern part of the Neverwinter Wood up along the river. So he indicates that probably up and around this area is where you would find the place where the ritual is happening.
Is this time sensitive, Xanth? Is this something that is happening soon?
I don't know how quickly they gather. All I know is it feels foul in there. And the woods have never felt so dark.
Well, we appreciate it. And you're right. There's many decisions that we have to make, and there's much that we have to do. So if you do not mind, I imagine you have a patrol to continue on.
I will do my best to continue the dispatch of the raiding bands that seem to be plaguing the travelers. That is where I am best suited.
It's nice to know that there are others on the trail protecting people, not just us.
We wish you luck.
I take my leave.
Okay.
And that is where we will stop, guys.
Sounds good. Finally hit ding level 5.
Yes,
cannot
sir.
Ding, ding, ding.
Don't have to be useless anymore.
Got some choices to make.
I think at level 5, all we get is the second attack, right?
Yeah, you should definitely have your second attack, and depending on your class, there'll be a couple other things that happen, but be sure that you get your hit points set properly. Hit points you should be doing is just every level, you're just adding another one of your hit die. I just go max hit points. I'm not worried about rolling for a random number of hit points. So
What
it'll
does
tell
that
you what
mean?
you're. So you have a hit die. Each class has a different hit die. I think a rogue is a D8.
Okay.
So you should have 40 hit points now, basically. So every level you go up a
40?
hit die. Is an 8 times 5 40?
Yeah, I didn't know that rule. I'm rolling at 20 right now.
Well,
I
no,
should be
now
at,
that you go to level 5.
at 5. I should be at
Well,
40.
level 4, he should have been at 30 something.
Yeah.
I'm at 39 right now.
Yeah, nobody told me that rule.
And we have level 2 spells now.
I need to look at that then.
All right, well, I'm going to end the stream. Everybody, thank you for watching. We hope you enjoyed it, and we'll catch you on the next one.
Wait, I gotta play a thing. Let me play the thing.
Play the thing.
Here we go. I'm playing the thing.